The video starts shaking before it even focuses. Someone is breathing heavily behind the camera, like they're trying not to panic. The frame jerks toward the back of a white trailer, parked alone in a quiet area. At first, it looks like nothing, just metal, dirt, silence. And then, something moves to pale shapes, barely visible, slipping out from beneath the trailer door. They don't look like objects. They look like hands. The call didn't come in as anything unusual. It wasn't labeled urgent, violent, or life-threatening, just suspicious. A passing driver had noticed something strange near a parked trailer and decided to report it. There was hesitation in their voice, like they weren't even sure what they had shined, but they couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. When officers arrived, the area felt eerily still. No sounds, no movement, just that single trailer sitting there, detached from everything else, like it didn't belong. One officer circled slowly, scanning for signs of life or danger. That's when he paused just slightly and leaned in closer to the back. Because something was there, at first. The shapes didn't register. The brain doesn't want to believe what it's seeing when something feels too wrong. But once the officer stepped closer, there was no denying it anymore. They were hands, not moving, not reacting, just there. Another officer was called over. The air shifted. Suddenly, the situation wasn't suspicious anymore. It was something darker, something heavier, the kind of discovery that makes your chest tighten before you even know why. The trailer door was locked. That alone made things worse, because now there was a barrier between what they could see and what they didn't want to imagine. Officers knocked. No response. Louder this time. Still nothing. One of them stepped back, radioing for backup. His voice was controlled, but something underneath it had changed. You could hear it, that quiet tension, the kind that comes when your instincts are screaming before your mind catches up. Whatever was inside that trailer wasn't normal. When the door was finally forced open, no one rushed in. They hesitated, because sometimes it's not about fear of what you'll see, it's the certainty that whatever's inside will stay with you. Still, they stepped forward, slowly, carefully, flashlights cutting through the darkness inside, and then the smell hit, not overwhelming at first, but unmistakable. The inside of the trailer was cramped, unnatural. It didn't look like a place someone lived. It looked like a place something was hidden. Objects scattered, blankets, containers. Nothing made immediate sense, but everything felt wrong. And then, the source, it wasn't just one person. The moment stretched too long. One officer froze, another turned away instinctively, like his body reacted before his mind could process it. The silence inside that trailer was heavier than anything outside. News of the discovery spread quickly, but details, DID single quotes, at least not at first. People nearby started noticing the increased police presence. Questions began forming. Why this trailer? Who owned it? And more importantly, how long had it been there? Because the longer something like this goes unnoticed, the darker the truth tends to be. The name connected to the trailer didn't immediately raise alarms for everyone, but for some, it did. There had been whispers before, strange behavior, unsettling reports that never fully turned into something concrete, the kind of things people mention in passing but don't act on, because they're too uncomfortable to confront, until now. Because now, there was no ignoring it. As investigators dug deeper, the situation twisted into something far more disturbing than a single isolated crime. This wasn't random. The trailer wasn't just a place where something terrible happened. It was part of something ongoing, something controlled, something hidden behind manipulation, fear, and silence. And suddenly, the question changed. It wasn't just what happened here. It became, how many times has this happened before? The truth began surfacing piece by piece, and each piece made the last one worse. People connected to the case started speaking. Stories emerged, not all at once, but enough to paint a picture that felt impossible, and yet undeniably real. Control, isolation, power, used in ways that left lasting damage, far beyond what was found inside that trailer. And at the center of it all was one man. A man who didn't just hide secrets. He built a system around them. That man was Samuel Bateman. What was discovered inside the trailer wasn't just a horrific crime, it was evidence of a much larger pattern, one that involved manipulation under the guise of authority, control masked as belief, and actions that destroyed lives in silence for far too long. The hands seen in that video weren't just a shocking discovery. They were the moment everything hidden finally began to surface. And for some, it was already too late. The trailer is gone now. The scene has been cleared. The area looks normal again, like nothing ever happened there. But for those who know what was found, normal doesn't exist anymore. Because sometimes, the most disturbing part of a story isn't what you see. It's realizing how long it stayed hidden, in plain sight,